Have you ever heard the term cybergogy? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it might just hold the key to the future of learning. So, what is it exactly, and why should you care about it right now? Okay, before we dive into the definition of cybergogy, let's just zoom out for a second and ask a much bigger question. How should we be learning in the 21st century? I mean, think about it. With all the tech and constant change, our old school methods, well, they're struggling to keep up. And that's exactly the problem Cybergogy is trying to solve. All right, so here it is. At its core, Cybergogy is a framework for learning in our digital world. But you've got to pay attention to the keywords here. Sustainable learning means it's knowledge that actually sticks with you. Futuristic means it gets us ready for tomorrow's world, not just today's tests. And maybe most importantly, it's designed to be effective for us, right here, right now. Okay, so that's the what. Now let's get into the why. What's the actual goal here? Turns out, Cybergogy is built around three specific types of learning. It all starts with autonomous learning, which is really about you taking the driver's seat in your own education. Then it builds on that with collaborative learning, working with other people to build something bigger than you could on your own. And finally, it all comes together in what's called engaged learning, where you're not just sitting there listening, you're an active participant in the whole process. So those goals sound pretty great, right? But how in the world do we get there? Well, it all comes down to creating the right kind of learning environment. The ideal environment really rests on three pillars. First, it has to be learner-centered. That means shifting the focus from the teacher lecturing to the student and their own unique journey. It's also autonomous, giving people the freedom to explore and learn on their own terms. And finally, it's naturally collaborative, making teamwork just a normal part of how things get done. So you see what's happening? We've got the learning goals on one side, and we've got the environmental principles on the other. And as you might be guessing, these two things aren't separate at all. They are very intentionally designed to link up. And this is where it all just clicks into place. See? It's not a coincidence. It's a perfect match. A learner-centered environment naturally leads to engaged learning. An autonomous environment helps build autonomous learners. And a collaborative space, well, it fosters collaborative learning. Each piece of the how is built specifically to achieve one of the whats. The big takeaway here is that the environment isn't just some passive backdrop, it's the actual engine that makes the whole thing run. Okay, so we've got the goals and we've got the environment. Now let's pull back and look at the big picture. Why does any of this really matter? When you boil it all down, it comes back to this one core promise: sustainable and futuristic learning. This isn't about cramming for an exam you'll forget next week. It's about building a way of thinking that lets you adapt and grow for your entire life, no matter how much the world changes around you. And while it's got futuristic in the name, this isn't some far-off concept for 2050. No way. It's designed to be effective for learners today. It meets us exactly where we are, in a fast digital world, and gives us the tools we need to thrive in it right now. Which, of course, brings us to a final, really important question. We have this blueprint for what modern, effective learning could look like. But if you look around at our schools and universities today, are they actually built for this? Or are they still running on an operating system from the past? That's a question we all probably need to be asking.